Hey everybody, today we're going to draw a 1-point perspective of a city. This means we need to work with our recipe from yesterday, so we need to think back and ask ourselves, what are the 3 parts of perspective drawing that we discussed? Those 3 parts are your horizon line, your vanishing point, and your receding lines. Those receding lines are also known as converging lines. So the horizon line, that's the line that separates the land and the sky. It's at a different height for every person because of your eye height. 2 is our vanishing point. The vanishing point is where all lines meet back in space. And then your converging lines are those lines that touch when they go back into space, they meet at the vanishing point. My horizon line, I'm going to draw in red. My vanishing point, I'm going to draw in blue. And my converging lines, I'm going to draw in green. So I'm going to take the definitions away. I'm going to pop the names up here. And these are where I'm going to be drawing my examples. So first I'm starting in red to draw my horizon line. It's going to be a little bit above the halfway point of my paper. Okay, and I'm going to go a little bit off center for my vanishing point because I think that makes the composition a little bit more interesting. I'm going to keep my dots small too. Then I'm going to start by drawing 2 converging lines. These converging lines will end up becoming the road to my city. If your lines aren't perfectly straight, that's okay. This is our first attempt. So if we make any mistakes, that's okay to fail because a fail is our first attempt in learning. So I know my horizon line is red, my vanishing point blue, and my converging lines green. I'm going to go ahead and take those names away so that they don't distract me. I'm going to choose another color to be my drawing color. I'm going to start first with a building. So our first step was drawing the horizon line and the vanishing point. Our second step was drawing the converging lines. For step 3, we're now going to start adding some buildings. But we're not adding any detail yet, so they're not buildings yet. So we're focusing on basic shapes to get something on our paper. So when I think of a building, I'm thinking of the side. The side of a building is a rectangle. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. I'm drawing this rectangle anywhere on the paper. Again, it's okay if it's not perfect. I'm going to go back to my green, and I'm going to draw a line from the vanishing point to the top right corner of my building, like this. I'm going to draw another line from the vanishing point to the bottom right corner of my building. I'm going to go back to my purple, and I'm going to go on the right side. I'm going to be in this section right here, and what I'm thinking is, how long do I want my building to be? And I'm going to draw a line that is parallel to this line and this line. So I'm going straight up and straight down. So now I have both sides of my building. I'm going to go to the black, and now I'm going to draw my building. It's actually, I'm going to make this a little bit wider so you can see it. Okay, so now I have my first building. I'm not going to add any windows yet. I just want that shape there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding some more buildings the exact same way I did this building. So again, I'm going to add on the right side another rectangle. This one's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to make this one short, and I'm going to make this one thin. I'm going to go back to my green. This time I'm going to draw a line from the vanishing point to the top left, and then a line from the vanishing point to the bottom left. And now, because this shape is below my vanishing point, you'll notice that the shape is below the vanishing point. That means that this corner can now go to the vanishing point. So I'm going to take a third line. I'm going to make a third converging line from the vanishing point to the top right. Like that. And now I need to think about how wide do I want this building to be? So I'm going to draw a line that is parallel to this and this. And since I can now see the top of this form, I need to draw another line on the top that is parallel to this and this. And then that's going to become my roof. I'm going to switch back to my black. And now I'm drawing in my building. Okay, so now I have two buildings. And what we notice when we go to a city is that the buildings are different sizes and different shapes. So I'm going to keep things a little bit on the simple side right now. Try to just add some more buildings that are either square or rectangle. Some buildings are round, but I don't think we're there yet. So we're going to focus on just getting a few square or rectangular buildings in our composition. So now I'm going to go ahead and start adding a couple more buildings, and then we'll move on to some windows and doors. add my sidewalk. You'll see that I'm erasing these lines at the bottom because I'm going to come back and I'm going to make these like a turn. Because we know that the sidewalks, sometimes we have crossroads. Now we're going to make a couple doors and some windows. I'm going to focus on this building, the first building that we did on the left. So I'm going to work on this building right here. I'm going to put a door. So the door, the top and the bottom of the door need to meet at the vanishing point. So right now I'm going to draw the sides of the door. One right there, and I'm going to stop. The top of that line needs to go to the vanishing point. That will create the top of my door. So I'm going to draw a line. So the top of my door is going to follow that green converging line, and that's going to help me build the other side of my door. Like this. I already have the bottom of the door because of the bottom of the building. Take my black and outline it. Now we're going to make some windows. If I'm drawing windows on this side, they're just going to be regular squares. So I'm going to use my black, and I'm going to draw 3 even squares. Now, I'm going to use my green to help show you what I'm thinking. If I took the top and the bottom of my windows and drew a line straight across like this, this is going to show me where the bottom and the top of my windows go on the side. I'm now going to connect these green lines to my converging point. And that's going to help me draw my new windows. I'm going to switch back to my purple, and I'm going to put 3 windows in each row. There's 1, 2, and 3. And you'll notice the farther the windows are, the thinner they're going to get. So if I trace these in black, you'll see what they look like. And now, to help me with all the other windows, I simply draw a line straight down. And then this will outline all of my windows. So if I switch back to my black, if I just trace this, there's 1 window, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's how you create your windows on both the side and the front of your buildings. You're gonna have a lot of erasing if you don't draw your converging lines lightly. So go ahead and keep adding some more windows and doors to the other buildings. If you have any questions, if you get lost, if things get tough, you know you can raise your hand and I'll come over and help you out. Do your best, try it on your own first, and remember that it's okay to get it wrong, because when you get it wrong, you're gonna learn from those mistakes.